All right, welcome back. Lead word time. This is your host, Trey Albert. Along with me, as always, Chad Bauman. Today, we're going to be doing the defense for the NFL draft. Last week, we did the offense. If you haven't checked out that episode, make sure to do that. Chad, what's going on? Any guys on the defense you like?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that I like.
Yeah.
There's been looking at the corners. I think there's a corner. I like the corner out of Miami.
Miami. Okay.
Yeah,
You're all about the
Stevenson.
Miami guys.
Yes, Miami's my favorite team. I root for them in every sport, which was disappointing because during the fucking what's it called? During the
March Madness.
March Madness, I was like, oh, Miami's not making it out of the first round. I didn't have any faith in my team, and then they made it to the Final Four.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was on me.
I guess the first, we'll start from the defensive line and move our way back, I guess. If Jalen Carter's there at 10 and the Eagles are on the clock, you have to pick him, right?
I think they probably do. Like I said when I talked about when we talked about the offensive players last week, which that episode got posted yesterday. Unfortunately, we had a link issue. It was edited promptly, but I for some reason couldn't get the link to open up in my email, so I had to wait to get it sent back to me. But it was posted yesterday, like Trey said. Check that out if you want to. But when I talked about the offensive strategies for the Eagles, I said Howie Roseman, the Eagles, they love to go, they love to go offensive and defensive line in the first round. Like if you look, going back to the Andy Reid era, almost all of their first round picks, are on that side of on that part of the ball, offense or defensive line. Brandon Graham was a first round guy. I mean, you can tell that they're better at drafting offensive and defensive linemen than they are drafting
Lane Johnson.
Lane Johnson was an offensive, a guy they took in the first round. You look at the receivers; they can't draft receivers in skill positions in the first round for shit. Like Jalen fucking Rager.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
Whiteside was the second rounder.
Yeah, the last decent wide receiver they drafted in the first round was probably Jeremy Maclin.
Devontae Smith.
Forgot about him. He's so good, I didn't expect him to be drafted in the first round. That's the problem. I think they've gotten better at it, though. But I would imagine it's probably going to be a lineman, either offensive or defensive lineman. I'd like to see them trade it. If they don't, trade one of the two first rounders, but we'll see what happens.
How about defensive line rankings? I don't know. Do you have a preference? What if the Eagles trade up? Will Anderson.
Hold on one second.
I don't know. For me, it's basically Carter, Will Anderson, and then I think it's a gigantic drop.
Anderson is the dude. He's a defensive end, right?
From Alabama.
Yeah. Honestly, if it's anything, I think they're going to go defensive tackle more than they go defensive end. I can tell you that I know everybody likes the guy from Iowa. I'm not his biggest fan.
I haven't picked him in a single mock draft yet.
He's so fucking slow.
Is he slow?
I feel like he's slow. He's strong. I feel like he's very strong, but I feel like he plays slow. Maybe that's just me. But I don't see the speed out of him.
I mean, you're not getting Nolan Smith fast. He ran a 4.58. That's not even bad.
I don't mean straight line speed. I mean quickness.
Okay.
He's not a great hand fighter. If that makes sense. I know maybe
I was supposed to have good hand fighters.
I don't see it from him.
I
all I see with him is he's got like I said, he's really strong. He's got a really good bull rush. Not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of him outside. I'm not a fan of his footwork. I just don't see it.
I think Nolan Smith is the third guy that I would take along the defensive line.
I don't know. Like I said, I think I feel like you're kind of fair with your analysis on the defensive line. Another guy that I know is kind of getting hyped right now is the dude from Texas. Not Texas. Which Texas school is red?
Texas Tech.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
Like
wouldn't pick him. I wouldn't pick him.
I think he's getting a lot of hype. I'm not a fan of his either.
Nope.
Um,
So I mean, his first 2 college years, he went to Texas A&M and did nothing. Like he did nothing at Texas A&M.
I don't. In another like I mean I know defensive linemen or defensive. What are they called? Now I can't even think.
Tackles.
Defensive ends. You want to see them
Okay.
set. You want to see them be guys that are going to get after the quarterback, which I think he does a decent job with that. I think if you run at him, like you're just going to be able to run all over him. I don't think he can. I don't think he's strong enough to set the edge.
To me, he's a maybe guy. Like his length is cool. Maybe some of the tools he has is cool, but I have no idea if that guy's an NFL pass rusher.
Yeah. And then another guy that I've been hearing about a little bit is the kid from Northwestern.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fan of his either.
Me neither.
Like, yeah, he's probably really fucking smart, but I need a dumbass in the trenches. I need a guy that's just going to be able to bang his head against the wall 80 snaps a game, 40 snaps.
So you're a firm believer in the Deion Sanders approach. Have you heard him talk about defensive linemen?
I know he said that he wants his quarterbacks to be from like a two-family home. I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, I certain positions, like I don't need a smart guy. I need a dog. I need a guy that can just go out there and ball.
He was like, I want my defensive lineman grown up, broke as hell, single parent household, living and dying on the edge.
That I did hear, because that's when he was also talking about like the quarterback I want to come from, 2-parent household. But it's funny because that actually reminds me. I don't know if you ever seen the movie The Program.
No.
Oh, it's a great movie. There's a linebacker in that movie. He's like dumb as rocks. Like he's failing all of his classes. He's like he's got kids that have to go take his, like he's majoring in basket weaving and shit like that. But like on the football field, he's like he knows like everything. He's like kill the quarterback. It's really cool. It's an unfortunate the way that the movie turns out for him, but I would definitely recommend go seeing it. But yes, I need idiots on my defensive and offensive line. Smart enough to recognize.
That's the Jalen Carter debate.
Like blitz pickup and things like that.
That's the Jalen Carter debate right there. It's like, okay, I mean, you want to knock him for street racing, fine, but he's a fucking animal.
Yeah. And that's another thing with like people saying like the Eagles are going to take him because obviously they have Nakobe Dean and they have
Jordan
Davis that they picked up last year.
What a duo that would be.
Yeah. Like I said, if anything, I think it's going to be an offensive or defensive lineman for the Eagles. And I think that would make sense for them, but we'll see.
Okay. How about some linebackers that you like?
The
bad linebacker draft.
Yeah.
Not a very strong linebacker draft. I gave you the Clemson guy for your last pick in the simulation, Trenton Simpson. Would you like him or not like him?
I think he's okay.
Yeah.
I think end of the first round to like mid second round is probably a good place for him. I think he's one of those players where his floor is higher than his ceiling, I think, if that makes sense. Like I don't see him.
He can definitely run.
Yeah, I think I don't see him having too much potential versus like he's kind of I think he's where he is. Like I don't see him getting a whole lot better. I don't know if I'm explaining myself
That's
correctly.
fair. I mean, I would say the opposite is true for the Arkansas guy, Drew Sanders, because he only has 1 year of linebacker playing experience. The year before that, he was a pass rusher for Alabama, like a stand-up third down pass rusher. He was recruited as athlete. He didn't even have a position coming into college. So that's a guy that has a ton of potential. You don't really know what he is.
Yeah. I think another guy for me that I think has a lot of potential, probably not super high up on a lot of draft boards, is a guy, I think he goes to Utah. His last name's like Diabetes.
Diabate. Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Diabate.
him. I think he's
do
fast
too.
and physical. I think he has range. Like I said, I don't think right now he's too great, but I think he can turn out to be a player.
He didn't even get invited to the combine. He was one of the combine snubs. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, I think he had I think his first 3 years at Florida, because then he transferred. I think when he was at Florida, he showed a lot. He showed that he could play. What Florida's in the SEC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he showed he could play in the SEC, whatever conference they're in. So
they had a linebacker last year, Lloyd.
Florida did.
No, or Utah.
No, I'm not worried about last year. I'm worried about this year.
4-star recruit though, Diabate.
Yeah, I like him. I think he might be a guy you could pick up later in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles need a linebacker. He could be our last pick in the draft.
I think the strongest position group in this entire draft is the corners this year. Like I would make sure to get one.
Well, I think the Eagles probably do need to pick up a corner. They brought back both Slay and what's his name? They brought back both Slay and
Bradbury.
Thank you, Bradbury. That's why I've been looking at the corners a little bit. I'm not so worried about getting one in the first round at this point. But like I said, I like Stevenson out of Miami.
He's a Georgia
top
transfer.
40. Yeah, I was gonna say he was a top 40 recruit coming out of high school.
How do you feel about LaDainian Tomlinson's nephew?
Ooh, I didn't even hear about him. Well, now I gotta look him up.
He's I think he's Avonte Maddox on steroids. He's gonna be an awesome slot corner. And I think he can play free safety too if you want him to.
What's his name?
TCU guy. Trey Hodges Tomlinson.
Let's see here. He's a little small.
Yes, he is.
But let's see. See if we can get some info on him.
I love him. I've picked him in almost every simulation that I've done. He's somebody that might be there in like the 4th round. I would pick him in the 2nd round.
Really? You would pick him in the 2nd?
Yeah.
Even though you get him in the 4th?
I mean, I'm just saying, based on like, if I had to rank every single player in the draft, I think he's a top 50 guy for me.
.441.
Yeah.
In the 40.
Yep.
39-inch vertical, 11-foot broad jump. 12 reps on the bench.
He can catch. He's got some sick movement skills.
I'm gonna keep my eye on him.
Okay.
I didn't see anything about him coming out.
There's a lot of corners this year. A lot of corners, and some of the really good ones are just being left in the dust. And I don't think people are like looking at it. A couple other guys I like. There's a white corner out of Iowa later in the draft, Riley Moss. Runs fast too.
Isn't he I want to say he's the one that when he ran the 40, like Dion was shocked. He was like, right? He was like,
that was a couple years ago. The Penn State guy, Aki.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, oh yeah, him, I remember. No, I was thinking about a different guy then. I know we kind of talked about it. I know we kind of talked about it last week. I know you said you felt Devin Witherspoon was very much so overrated.
Yes.
I feel like I do agree with that because I feel like, at least for me personally, Joey Porter Jr. is the best corner
I agree.
in the draft.
I think Joey Porter, I would rank him. Let me make sure I don't forget anybody, but I would rank them Porter first, Keely Ringo second, Christian Gonzalez third, and I think I would put Tomlinson fourth.
Mm. So I'm looking at the list of prospects here, and
I need to pull up just in case I'm forgetting anybody. And then fifth, I would probably go. I haven't done my cornerback things yet, but I would probably go either one of Emmanuel Forbes, one of the Maryland guys, one of the South Carolina guys, or Eli Ricks.
okay, because I was gonna ask, because I know I said I usually don't
Ooh,
like
Clark Phillips. Actually, I would put Clark Phillips as my fifth guy.
your fifth guy is Clark Phillips. Okay, because I was gonna say I know I don't usually put a lot of stock into the Maryland as a team overall, but
They
I was
have
gonna
good
ask.
corners.
I was gonna say because I know they have Deontay Banks, and I do like him.
Yeah,
He's
their
probably
other
like
guy's good too.
he's probably the only guy from Maryland where I ever looked and was like, oh, I like him. He's a good player.
What about Kevin Herter?
It is what it is. I said what I said.
Maryland's supposed to have a really good kicker in the draft this year too, Chad. If you want maybe a rookie kicker for the auction,
I'm good. I got Jake Elliott. All I need is Jake Elliott. I'm good.
Okay.
And then, maybe just drop somebody real quick, on his bye week, pick him back up the next week. Do what it is.
Corners. I don't think Witherspoon. I would take Witherspoon in the third or fourth round. But he's going to go in the top 10.
Yeah, probably.
0-star recruit, Chad.
So my question,
0.
because we know the Houston Texans overall suck.
Yeah.
Right. And the past few years, one of the things that they've really kind of sucked at is in their secondary. It was reported, I don't know if it was Schefter or Rappaport.
I think
one of those
Stingley
two
should take a step forward, but yes.
Well, either way, it was reported that by Rappaport or Schefter, I don't remember which one, that the Houston Texans may not go quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think Cardinals are number 3, right?
Yep.
I mean, obviously they have Kyler Murray. I think they're happy with Kyler Murray. Even though again, he's got, I don't know. I think they probably should have kept the Call of Duty clause in his contract.
Yeah.
Because it's starting to look like that was a mistake taking it out.
Yeah.
But do we see maybe Houston at number 2 go for one of these corners?
I think they're going to take one of the pass rushers if they don't take a quarterback. Either Will Anderson or Tyree Wilson.
Okay. You don't think
they took Stingley 3rd overall last year?
Well, they need 2 corners. Right? Yeah. Really? Nowadays you need 3 corners.
Yeah, they need 3 more.
Yeah.
But they need 3 more of everything.
Right. Any possibility they go linebacker?
No.
Well, like you said, it's not a very deep linebacker class.
Not
they
at
may
2.
Say, hey, we need to just run a linebacker.
Not at 2.
Trade back and get a linebacker, maybe.
They have.
You think they would have traded already if they were going to trade back?
They have the Browns pick at 12.
Well, then they could try to pick 12 and 13. You never know.
I guess. The safety draft isn't super great either. I don't know if you like any guys there. I think there's a lot of calculated gambles at the safety spot. I'll say that.
I like I like 2 safeties in
Okay.
this draft. The guy from Alabama.
Which Alabama guy? There's 3 Alabama safeties in this draft.
Hold on,
which is just nuts. I'm guessing you like Brian.
I like Battle.
Oh, okay.
Battle's my favorite.
He's a strong safety.
Yeah. Well, I like guys that can hit. So.
Okay. So not in on Brian Branch.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm out on him. I'm just saying I like Battle more.
Okay.
You
could probably
Branch
get him.
Probably ends up drafted higher than he does, though.
You could probably get him in the 3rd or 4th round.
Well, the Eagles kind of need a safety too. I forget who they signed. I know they signed somebody, but
I'm guessing you like the Penn State guy. Is that your other one?
Yeah, I was gonna say. What is his name? Brown, Jair Brown.
Jair Brown. Yeah, he's got some interception production.
He's rangy. I like him. That's another guy. Like I said, the Eagles both their safeties walk. So, if it's a free safety, they just need a guy that can play center field.
He can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about long snappers? Did you research on long snappers?
No, I didn't.
What about you? So you have any guys? I know you said Witherspoon. Any guys in this draft that outside of that corner that you're like, I don't see him being as good as people are saying he's going to be?
All right, I guess I'll run through it. Tyree Wilson, I wouldn't pick. Just wouldn't. If he's there in the 4th round, I'd take him maybe, but that's not going to happen. The Iowa guy, I wouldn't pick him. Let's see.
Wait, what position? That Iowa?
I'm just starting from the beginning at edge rusher.
Okay.
Van Ness wouldn't take him in the 1st round. Keon White wouldn't take him in the 1st round. Isaiah Foskey wouldn't take him in the 1st round. The Northwestern guy, Adebore, wouldn't pick him either. Linebackers. All the linebackers I wouldn't take any higher than the 3rd round. None of them. Cornerback wise, Witherspoon, I just don't like at all. The Texas A&M safety, Antonio Johnson, I think he's terrible too.
Real quick, going back to linebackers, real quick.
Okay.
Nick Herbig, better than his brother? I know one plays guard and one plays.
He'll probably be about the same.
About the same.
Yeah.
Backups. Situational starter maybe.
There are linebackers that I like Sewell's brother, Penei Sewell's brother. I think he's going to be not as good as his brother, but pretty good. Noah Sewell. There are like linebackers later in the draft. The Alabama guy, Toe, he ran faster than I thought he was going to at the combine, which is a good sign.
Wait, which
Henley?
One?
Which one?
Oh, wait, which one? Which Alabama linebacker do you like? The outside one or the inside one?
Well, the outside one I think is fucking good, Will Anderson. But inside linebacker, Toe, 3rd round guy that'll come in and start, I think. There are like linebackers in this draft that I like. I just wouldn't pull the trigger on them early.
In the 1st round. Well, if there's a run on linebackers, maybe you have to.
I'd still pass.
What about real quick on just one more linebacker, the Hawaiian kid from USC, or he has like a Hawaiian name. I don't know if he's actually Hawaiian.
Oh, he's a pass rusher. He's a defensive end.
I thought he might be a linebacker, whatever.
Tui Pelosi.
Yeah, him.
I like him a lot.
Okay.
I think USC's defense is terrible, but he's good.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I picked him for the Bills simulation when I did them. I got him in the 2nd round.
Wait, not the site mock draft.
No, I've been doing the each individual team videos.
Okay, because I was about to say why did you guys do a mock draft into the 2nd round? We didn't do that before.
I got so many more to do. But there are guys. There are guys. The Washington State linebacker, Deion Henley, he used to be a receiver at Nevada.
Wow, that talk about a change. You switch schools and positions.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just fucking done with all of it.
Yeah. I mean, later in the draft, there's going to be some steals. Brenton Cox, KJ Henry, Mike Morris, D. Winters, Ivan Pace. All guys I like later.
It does seem like outside of corner, this draft, as far as like defensive players, it's I don't want to say it's deep, but it's a good late round defensive draft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, because I feel like there's outside of corner, it's like every position defensively has one or two guys where it's like, okay, if we can get him early, that's it. And then everybody else is like, they have a lot of upside if we get them late.
Yeah. Safety wise, maybe not so much. Once you get past like 5-6 safeties, are all gone.
Yeah. What about punters? There's a guy coming out of Rutgers. He can kick the ball.
You want to talk about punters?
I'm just saying. This dude coming out of Rutgers, he can kick the ball pretty good.
Okay.
If you're looking for a punter. Is Baltimore, I don't know, is Baltimore looking for a punter this year? Fuck, I would like the Eagles to take a punter because fucking the terrible fucking punting that, like, the backup punter that we had or signed. I mean, you don't generally have a backup punter, but the fucking guy that replaced Aaron Cepas when he got injured, like, I literally never would have expected to be like, man, I miss Aaron Cepas or whatever how you say his name, punting the fucking ball. Punting was an issue for the Eagles this year.
Maybe you'll take a punter.
Kid from Rutgers.
Okay.
It's a Eagles punting pipeline.
Maybe you could try out.
Oh no, I can't. I can't kick for shit.
If it was a wiffle ball, you'd try out.
Yeah, I'd be good. I'm very good at wiffle ball.
Anybody else you want to talk about on the defense?
No, I don't think I have anybody else.
How about any kind of draft storylines you're looking forward to? Just in general.
I don't really pay too much attention to that. Like I will say this, the more I'm seeing on Twitter, like I said, I'm pretty confident the Eagles go lineman, some like offensive or defense. But the more I'm seeing between Howie's interaction with Bijan Robinson, from I guess his visit to the Eagles facility, I'm like starting to think they may take him at 10.
I picked him for you in the mock draft.
Wait, I thought you said you picked the linebacker in the second with the second pick. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. I don't like I think you don't need to get a running back at 10, but like I said before,
Jack Saban was very angry with the picks that I made for you.
Really?
Yeah. Who are you taking in the rookie draft for fantasy? You want to do some fantasy stuff? Maybe a couple 5 minutes on.
Yeah, we can. Hold on. Let me see. Like I said, I'm gonna go with my strategy of last year because I think I did really well until all my players either got suspended or got fucking injured.
Rachaad White, I looked at you very weird when you picked him, but he's actually going to work out for you.
Yeah,
he's going to be
started coming on.
He's going to be Tampa Bay starting. He's going to be the Bucs starting running back this year.
Well, you saw it at the end of last year. He started coming on and getting more touches.
And they cut for him.
I actually could start him. Put him in the starting lineup at the end of the season. Yeah. In the beginning of the season, like I was like, he's literally just a roster spot right now. Running back wise, I also have Eric Gray.
Yes.
So he might be another good one. We'll see what happens. It all
depends on where those guys get picked too. Like fucking last year, I don't even think Damian Pierce was that good, but the Texans had nobody.
My biggest issue is fucking tight end. I get my ass kicked with tight ends. Like I don't I don't have one.
I mean, I'm not sure I'd take.
I forgot. I had Kelsey and I forgot I traded him to you. That's right.
I'm not sure I'd take one with the first round rookie pick, but there are some tight ends to pick. Darnell Washington, Dalton Kincaid.
Let's see here. I forget. Yeah, I know your dad sent the email last week or yesterday, or he sent it this week. What number pick do I have?
6, 7 or something like that, right?
Yeah. You think I can get Robinson at 6 or 7?
He's taken.
Is he?
Yeah.
Fuck. I think I would probably draft a running back if I did. Let's see.
For this year?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really spent a lot of time looking.
I mean, it's going to be really thin. Robinson's taken. Gibbs is taken. Achane's taken. Bigsby's taken. Evans is taken. Gray is taken.
I wonder if you think Tajay Spears would last until the actual auction. I wouldn't mind spending $1 on him.
I don't think he's gonna.
If he caught on with the right team.
I don't think he's gonna. I think somebody will pick him in the second round of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said last week, I like the SMU wide receiver.
Rasheed Rice
in the second round.
You could do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to do with my
You
first
picked
pick.
Olave last year, right?
Yeah.
I think that was your pick. Yeah.
And I'm excited for him with Derek Carr. He's got like a real good quarterback this year.
Wide receiver wise, there are guys available for the auction.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnston. It's basically everyone except Smith and Jigba. Everybody else is available.
Yeah.
And Butte. Butte's taken too.
And then quarterback, obviously, everybody's already gone.
Except for Will Levis.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody wants him.
Hendon Hooker's available.
Nobody wants him. I mean, you're giving me guys, and it's basically like, oh, Jake Heener is available. Like,
Jake Heener. Chad, I have him as my fifth quarterback, Jake Heener.
Really?
Or sixth? No, I have him as my sixth quarterback.
Yeah, but sixth quarterback in the draft is usually the guy that ends up being like a career backup. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't help me.
Yeah.
What about you? Any fantasy secrets you're willing to divulge? Because I mean, most likely we'll have done the draft by the time the show comes out.
I mean, so. I'm waiting to see if someone steps up to the plate for my number 2 overall pick.
Oh, you have the number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
What picks do you actually have in the fantasy draft?
I have pick 2, and then I have 15.
So you have 2 first rounders.
No, I have the second pick.
In the second round.
Yeah. I made a trade with Eberts to pick swap in the first round, and he got the second pick.
And I have your actual pick, don't I? I feel like
no,
because I remember we traded picks with Jason Kelsey.
No,
I remember I traded my pick to Matt for something.
I think you have your own picks.
Do I?
Yeah.
I could have swore I traded picks when I traded Jason Kelsey.
I think I had your pick and then I gave it back to you in that trade.
Oh, okay. That might be what it was. Yeah. Oh, you got anything else, Trey, that you would like to go over?
I mean, hey, Stroud. I'd take Stroud, maybe.
Okay, yeah. Give me the number 2 pick this year and your first rounder next year.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's a lot. Quarterback. What do you want me to say?
Fair. All right. I think I'm good.
All right. Well, that'll wrap us up. Defense was a lot shorter than the offensive side, I feel like.
It is what it is.
As you can see there, follow the site on Twitter at Vendetta VSM. Don't forget to also check out the website, vendettasportsmedia.com, for, make sure you don't miss an article or anything like that. You can, if you're watching the video and you're not listening to the Spotify, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get the notifications, so that way you know when we post our new content. Also, like the video, leave a comment. Tell us who you think might be the star of the draft, somebody that goes, whatever your sleeper pick is, all that kind of good stuff. You can follow Trey on Twitter at Trey Daubert. As you can see, his name spelled out right there in front of you on your screen. You can follow me on Twitter at lowfooted, LILFOOTED. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, check out our Pinterest. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.